Hey guys, let's have a look at what the world of movies has wrapped up in its store for all of us for the year of 2025. The year of 2025 that has some promising and spectacular looking projects lined up in its store for all of us that promise some pioneering and precious tales that are to be told through this prominent projection of silver screen that indeed looks to soar up the cinematic spacecraft that has so staggeringly steadfasted itself in the post-pandemic era. The year begins its course with the action thriller tale of Fateh that is written and directed by Sonu Sood, who marks his directorial debut with this project, wherein the plot of the film revolves around the character of Fateh that is played by the film's captain here, wherein the central character is an ex-special ops officer with a dark past hovering above his shadows. The film's leading man lives a peaceful life in Punjab until a village girl falls prey to a dangerous cybercrime syndicate. The character in center of the plot joins forces with Kushi, that is played by Jacqueline Fernandez, whose character happens to be an ethical hacker. Fateh thereon uses their combined skills to expose a nationwide web of deceit and fight for justice. The film will be released on 10th of January 2025 as it looks to lay the ground for the forthcoming film festivities for this highly packed year of cinema. The next release of the year comes forth in the form of Emergency, that is in fact a biographical action drama film directed and co-produced by Kangana Ranaut and is based on a screenplay penned by Ritesh Shah with its story written by Ranaut. The film that is based on the chapter of Indian Emergency stars Kangana Ranaut as the former Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi. The film will also see Anupam Kher, Shreyas Talpade, Vishak Nair, Mahima Chaudhary, Milind Soman and Satish Kaushik portraying pivotal roles in the film. The film will be released on 17th of January 2025, wherein it brings to life one of the darkest chapters of the post-independence period. Jumping into the season of blooming flowers and lively leaves that ascends onto the smooth and shining spoons of spring that will see the juicy jam of Jolly LLB 3, which happens to be a courtroom comedy drama film directed by Subhash Kapoor. The film is the third part of the Jolly LLB franchise and a sequel to the 2017 film Jolly LLB 2. The film is slated for its theatrical release on 11th of April 2025 as it looks to add on another flowery feather onto this fabulous franchise. Coming on to the exquisite element of international films that initiates its embarkment with the very heavyweight project Captain America Brave New World that sees Sam Wilson, who continues his journey following the defining episodes of Avengers Endgame and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sam, who was handed over the helms of the shield that was crafted by Howard Stark for Steve Rogers, wherein the latter passes on the baton after disposing of his final duties as the compassionate and courageous super soldier. The plot of the film paves upon its path, wherein following the election of Thaddeus Ross as the President of the United States, Sam Wilson finds himself at the center of an international incident where he must work to stop the true masterminds behind it. The film will be released on February the 14th of 2025 as the character of Sam Wilson, that is played by Anthony Mackie, looks to cast and carve his own signatures onto this illustrious and sumptuous shield of Captain America. Moving on to the settling period of the New Year's sun as it progresses itself onto the third month of the year, there is quite a remarkable looking project sealed up in its package, which happens to be a live-action reimagining of Walt Disney Productions' 1937 animated film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which in turn is based on the 1812's fairy tale Snow White by the Brothers Grimm. The film happens to be a musical fantasy film directed by Mark Webb, whose screenplay is credited to the very versatile Greta Gerwig along with the name of Erin Cressida Wilson. The film happens to be produced by Walt Disney Pictures and Mark Platt Productions. The film stars Rachel Zegler as Snow White, wherein Emilia Foster portrays the young Snow White, whereas Gal Gadot plays the role of the evil queen. The film will be released on March 21st of 2025 as it serves as the realistic redecoration of the 1937 film. Coming on to the later part of the year, wherein the year will definitely be left incomplete without the mention of the most monumental and anticipated musical in years, wherein the project of Michael brings to life the story of one of the most biggest entertainers seen in history, wherein the film covers the life of the king of pop from his humble beginnings to the sparkling stage of one of the most sought-after superstars. The film will see the late icon's nephew Jafar Jackson stepping into the shoes of his beloved uncle, wherein Giuliano Cruvaldi will portray the part of young Michael. The film will also see Coleman Domingo play the part of Joe Jackson, whereas Nia Long and Miles Teller will be seen in the roles of Katherine Jackson and John Branca, respectively. The film is slated for its release on October the 3rd of 2025, as it looks to bring back the joy of Michael's timeless music as well as his powerful persona. Coming back onto the first half of the year that spreads its wide wings onto the warm winds of the second quarter of the year that will witness the release of some of the most paramount projects of the year that includes the towering project of Thunderbolts. The film includes an all-assembled cast of some of the most colorful characters of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, wherein it sees one of the most celebrated characters of the MCU named Bucky Barnes as he buckles himself up in order to gear up for this new adventure. The plot of the film flows upon the journey of a group of anti-heroes as they go on missions for the American government. The film will see Florence Pugh returning for the role of Yelena Belova, whereas Sebastian Stan will indeed be seen as Bucky Barnes, as David Harbour also returns for his radiant role of Alexei Shostakov/Red Guardian. The film is slated for its release on May the 2nd of 2025, wherein it serves as the 36th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Apart from this, the film that taps onto the doors of the dawning period of the summer season is the highly anticipated Tom Cruise starrer Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which serves as a direct sequel to the 2023 film Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. The film happens to be the 8th film in the Mission Impossible film franchise, wherein the project co-stars Haley Atwell, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Vanisha Kirby, Izai Morales, Pom Klementieff, Henry Czerny, Angela Bassett, and Rolf Saxon. The film will be released on May the 23rd of 2025, wherein the project happens to be directed by Christopher McQuarrie, wherein the film happens to be one of the final seeds before the sprouting of the summer. Now, the shining sapling of the summer season begins the course of its ride with the very promising looking and highly anticipated release of the year named Ballerina that comes straight from the distinguished world of John Wick. The film serves as a spin-off project wherein the plot of the film lands itself between the events of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum and John Wick Chapter 4. The film stars Ana de Armas in the lead role, wherein the project will be released on June the 6th of 2025. The summer season will swiftly swivel through the projects of How to Train Your Dragon, Elio, 28 Years Later, Jurassic World Rebirth, before finally striding itself onto the shining stream of Superman, a film that happens to be one of the most highly anticipated projects of the year 2025. This forthcoming project will be the first film in the DC universe wherein the movie is written and directed by James Gunn. The film stars David Corenswet as Clark Kent aka Superman, whereas Rachel Brosnahan will be seen in the role of Lois Lane. The film will be released on July 11th of 2025 as it looks to build upon the lucid legacy of this compelling character and the long-lasting landmarks achieved by the actors that portrayed it. The summer season culminates its carnival with the second reboot of the Fantastic Four film series named The Fantastic Four First Steps. The plot of the film plays out in a 1960s-inspired retro-futuristic Earth wherein the Fantastic Four must protect their home from being devoured by the cosmic being Galactus and his enigmatic herald, the Silver Surfer. The film will be released on July the 25th of 2025 as it continues the roadmap that is so remarkably railed down by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Coming back to the beaming batch of Bollywood films, there are many notable projects lined up in queue, which are Lahore 1947, Sikandar, Ray 2, Sitare Zameen Par, War 2, Shava, Thama, and not to forget the espionage thriller of Alpha that looks to bow down the buffet of this baggaged year with this delicious-looking dessertry. The year will draw down its curtain with the James Cameron's visualistic Page of Pandora as the third installment of the Avatar franchise, named Avatar Fire and Ash, follows on the story of Jake Sully and his Na'vi family. The film will be released on December the 19th of 2025 as it looks to expand the adventures of the director's dazzling world building that began its journey from the introductory arenas of the forest, from where it took us through the spellbinding sceneries of the oceans, where it now probably looks to ride us through the fiery territories of the planet. On the whole, if the year that closed has given us the cinematics that soared, wherein the year yielded yearns for the new stories to be told, as the announced annum brings forth those new chapters to behold, wherein the magic of movies is continuously adored. 2025 that steps and looks to tremendously thrive. Hey guys, if you like my video, you can click on the like and share button, and you can also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss upon these types of videos. Let's come together and celebrate the magic of movies.